On January 7th, U.S. forces seized a Russian ship called Marinera in the North Atlantic. Russia sent a nuclear submarine and at least one destroyer to protect it. But they didn't do anything. They simply watched as U.S. forces boarded the ship. That was the sign of weakness, defeat. Another humiliation for Putin only 4 days after the capture of Maduro. Among the crew of the seized ship, only 2 were Russians. Russia asked U.S. to release those 2, and U.S. did. Moscow thanked the United States for releasing those 2. U.S. forces first spotted that ship on December 21 off the coast of Venezuela. It was there to take the oil from Venezuela and take it to China. Now, why would Russia take oil from Venezuela when it has more oil than it can sell? Russia sold to Venezuela weapons for over $20 billion. Venezuela doesn't have the money to pay, so it pays to Russia by its oil. Russia then sells that oil. It's not an ideal situation, but Russia is desperate. When U.S. forces first spotted that tanker, it was named Bella 1, and it sailed under the flag of Guyana. Guyana is a country immediately east of Venezuela. U.S. forces sanctioned Bella 1 back in 2024. When the ship spotted U.S. forces, it turned around and started to flee into the North Atlantic. A James Bond-style pursuit followed. The ship turned off its tracking system. For 9 days, U.S. forces had no idea where the ship was. It reappeared in the North Atlantic close to the Azores. It had changed its name to Marinera, and it hoisted the Russian flag. It did that under the direction of Moscow. Moscow believed that U.S. would not dare seize a Russian ship, but they were wrong. Moscow's official response was surprisingly mild. But browsing through Russian media, the official news, and the bloggers, I could see the sense of defeat, humiliation. This is something that only a while ago could not possibly have happened. Some bloggers even questioned whether it was smart to change the flag and the name of the ship. If Russia had not changed the ship's registration and the flag, if it had continued under Guyana flag, that would not have been humiliated to Russia. Putin vented his anger by launching a missile on Poland. That was his prized newest weapon, a hypersonic missile able to travel at the speed of 10 Machs. It hit Lvov, the city in western Ukraine, close to Poland, a NATO country. That was supposed to be a message warning to the West. It was also meant for the domestic audience in Russia, to reassure them that Russia is still a power